When we talk about AI startups, it's a broad category. Can you break down the different types of AI startups we're seeing emerge today? I've heard terms like model companies, platform layer, and application layer. What do these mean, and where does the real innovation often happen?
Great question. So, there is a lot of talk about the model layer, the application layer, the platform layer, and I think AI generally. And so it's helpful to sort of break that down for founders to understand where their company comes in. So the model companies are sort of the foundational innovators. These are folks who are at the forefront of creating a core AI model. So think about companies like OpenAI, Anthropic. These are companies, Grok is another whose primary focus is on delivering the core AI models themselves. We call these the large language models or the LLMs, and they are the backbone or the basis of this whole AI revolution. But these are generalized models. They're not focused on a specific task. And these companies sometimes will have a consumer-facing app like ChatGPT for OpenAI, where I can use some of these models to help in my day-to-day questioning. But that's also where they've adopted these models for a consumer application. Uh, the platform layer are companies who build tools and infrastructures that enable other developers and businesses to integrate, manage, and deploy these AI models. So they're basically enabling technology providers. So an example of this is a company that helps you, this thing called you know model context protocol, where you can have your AI model be linked to another source of data. So let's say you want to connect your Google Drive, which has a bunch of essays that you've written, to your AI. A platform layer company would be the company that will help connect your AI or the foundational model with sort of other data sources that you might have, and be able to provide a platform for that AI to be more useful for a consumer application. So they're the middleman between the application layer or an application and the foundational models. And now coming towards the application layer companies, these are perhaps the most visible forms of AI that we use. These are companies that build and direct to consumer or business to business solutions that use the underlying AI models to solve real world problems. So when you think about deploying an AI to solve a particular problem, that's where you start coming towards an application layer situation. And we'll talk more on in the podcast about these different kinds of companies, but a quick summary would be that the foundational model layer companies are the companies building the core models. These are very generalized, but the smarter these models are, the smarter the later on applications of these models will be. The platform layer are companies that help connect these foundational models to use cases or are bridges between the application layer and the model layer. And the application layer companies are companies that are using the AI to solve a real world problem for either a real world business or a real world consumer. And they're the final use case of an AI application that we as individuals will often be encountering.